Stage 5, 20th Century Fox. Look at these movies. Three Musketeers, Grapes of Wrath, Blood and Sand, A Tree Grows in Brooklyn, Niagara, Marilyn Monroe's movie. And then TV, Lost in Space, Mod Squad, Trapper John, and they're keeping it going inside with Modern Family. But why is this important to me? None of your business. I'll tell you. It's because of a movie called Young Frankenstein, which we made in 1974. Young Frankenstein shot on this stage. An incredible set. Dale Hennessy, set designer. Incredible Frankenstein castle. And the laboratory, we found a guy called Kenneth Strickfaden. He kept all of the stuff from the James Whale 1931 Frankenstein in his garage. He kept it. We gave him $5 and he gave it to us. Strickfaden. And we had Gerald Hirschfeld, who the only guy who remembered how to shoot in black and white and did it so beautifully. It all happened here in this temple of movie making. And a couple of people are still alive who were involved in this. I'll tell you about it. I was about 13 when I made this movie. Just a little bar mitzvah boy. And anyway, I was doing a movie which gained some prominence. It was called Blazing Saddles. And in it was a wonderful actor, comedian, and dear, dear friend, Gene Wilder. Gene Wilder was sitting sitting at a table. Everybody was having lunch, and Gene Wilder was eating a tuna fish sandwich. By the way, point up there, take a look at that. Mel Brooks Boulevard. Mel Brooks Boulevard. They wanted to call it, here, take a shot down here. They wanted to call it what it really is. Mel Brooks Alley. I said, please, give me a break. I dress well. I go to fancy restaurants. Don't call it alley. Call it boulevard. So they did. That's how dumb 20th Century Fox is. I make most of my movies here. There was a guy here called Alan Ladd Jr. And he made Young Frankenstein. He allowed me to make it. And look, if you take a look, you'll see us in the middle. This mural tells you that we're in the middle of making Young Frankenstein. There I am. I was handsome. My God. I should have dated more. Anyway, there's Marty Feldman, Gene Wilder, Terry Garr, and lying flat, the monster, the great Peter Boyle. And they were such a pleasure to work with. All talented, all worked for scale, $31 a week. It was such a pleasure. Marty Feldman could be a pain in the ass, I'll tell you. But Marty Feldman had a strange problem. He had a strange disease. He had a thing where his eyes were pushed to the side. He could see out the side. He could never see straight ahead. So if you wanted to hide from Marty Feldman, you put the tip of your nose against his nose, and you never saw you because his eyes were out the side. Anyway, the brain depository. Let me go up there and show you there's still a brain in there. Follow me. Brain depository. After 5 p.m., slip brains to slot in door. Let's see it's still there from 1931. I don't think we can use that brain. But look at this beautiful balcony. This balcony is worthy of Mussolini. I can see Mussolini on this 1938. Faccia tanta grazia, figlio mio. Son of a bitch, Hitler. If I didn't hook up with that lousy I would still be leading the people of Italy. I would be. Never mind. Continue. We're off. We're off to the Darrell F. Zanuck Theater. Zanuck was one of the great visionaries and in creative forces that made 20th Century Fox such a beautiful place to work and gave it so many great movies. This is a theater that was named after the Darrell F. Zanuck Theater. And we just lost his son, Richard Zanuck, only a little while ago, who kept the Zanuck, the whole Zanuck force and marvelous creativity still going when he was alive. We're very careful. We're not a kid. We're going to walk up these steps very carefully, trying not to fall. Oh, no. We're almost inside the lobby. We are inside the lobby. There's a lot of nice people there. Take a picture of them. Look, just in case I fall, they were going to pick me up. They're very nice people. Here we are. Where do we go now? Take a picture of Young Frankenstein. That's what it's all about. That's the book, by the way. Isn't this great? Okay, now where do we go? By the way, there's a coffee table book of Young Frankenstein with a lot of wonderful information in the book, wonderful pictures, a lot of secrets that we reveal. If you do buy the Young Frankenstein coffee table book, try not to spill any coffee on it. Okay, here we go. We're in the theater. I can hear people coughing. There are 3 steps. Be careful. All right. Sit down. This is a Fathom event. They only give you 7 minutes to talk, and then they start the picture. Don't louse it up in Melbourne. You know, there are people here that were actually involved in the original making of, they're still alive, of Young Frankenstein. One of them is a producer, Mike Gruskop. Where are you, Mike? He's here. There he is. And our head gaffer, the guy that did the electricity and the lighting and all the complicated things, he's still alive. He's here. Jim Planet. Jim. Wonderful. I'm sitting. Unfortunately, beloved people like Gene Wilder have just recently passed away. How did it all happen? Gene was curled up, I said, and writing something on a yellow legal pad. I said, what is that? Let me take a look. In print at the top it said Young Frankenstein. I said, Gene, what's Young Frankenstein? He said, I have an idea for a movie based on a scientific type of guy who's the great-grandson of Victor Frankenstein and doesn't believe in all of the turning dead stuff into life and with monsters. And he wants to prove that a Frankenstein is really a surgeon, a scientist. And so it's a movie about not being able to get the Frankensteinian blood and chromosomes and genes out of his system. And eventually, for instance, I'm going to give you one moment. He sits in a chair and he has a book given to him by Cloris Leachman, Frau Blucher. And she says, "Here, read the book. It's all in the book. Read the book." He reads the book and says, "How I Did It" by Victor Frankenstein. So he reads, he's really a scientist. He reads the medulla oblongata, take the parental nerve, and nonsense. The so-and-so with the lobe, the upper lobe, nonsense. However, if the poles were reversed and a bolt of lightning should come into the brain, it could reanimate dead tissue. Sense! And then he's on it. He can't help it. And he cradles Peter Boyle, and it's such a great scene. I can't wait for you to see it. He cradles the monster in his arms and says, "I'm going to teach you to walk." And it's like it's a beautiful scene. I was so lucky to have so many talented people. I mean, people like Marty Feldman. I was saying outside, Marty Feldman, his eyes went to the side. I mean, the only way to hide from him was stick your nose against his. He'd never see you. He just could see out the side. In front of him, nothing, you know. Anyway, I am very happy, seriously, to be part of this Fathom event, and to the respect and love and the money, I guess, that they for this project. But the fact that they have chosen, they only choose a few classics, you know, and that they salute, you know, the wonder, the beauty, the eloquence, this is, it's in black and white. One little story. We took the picture to Columbia first. They read it. They liked it. And as I left the meeting at Columbia, I was going out the door, and I said, "Oh, by the way, we made the deal already. It was close to $2 million to make it. In those days, it was enough money. I was leaving. I said, "Oh, by the way, we're going to shoot it in black and white." I closed the door and I walked. A phalanx of Jews followed me down the hall, screaming, "No, no, South America just got color. What are you doing? No." So I brought it over here, and I met Alan Ladd Jr., and he said, "I love it. It should be in black and white." And Laddie, we call him Laddie, he said, "As much money as you need. I love this." And we were so lucky to get people like Madeline Kahn and Terry Garr and Cloris Leachman, Peter Boyle, Marty Feldman, Gene Wilder, you know, Kenny Mars, Inspector Kevin, and believe it or not, Gene Hackman. Gene Hackman used to play tennis with Gene Wilder, and he said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Could I have a part in it?" I said, "Gene, we'd have no money." He said, "Tell him." He said, "I'll work for Scale. I want it." So Hackman did it, and he worked for Scale, and he added his luster and his talent. I mean, this is a terrific movie. The only reason I'm not in it is because Gene Wilder said, "I'll make the movie. You can direct it if you're not in it." I said, "Why? I'm extremely talented." I said, "Am I too short?" He said, "No, because you like breaking the fourth wall, and you'll probably be in a suit of armor, and somewhere in the movie you'll say, 'That's all, folks.'" I said, all right, I won't be in it." So I wasn't in it, but I got Jerry Hirschfeld, the cameraman, to backlight it, and we saluted the exquisite work of James Whale, who did Bride of Frankenstein, Son of Frankenstein, Cousin of Frankenstein, and the original Boris Karloff, Frankenstein. So Gene, it was Gene's original thought to do it, and his original preface and breakdown, and he did a little idea, and it was just, I get just a little overcome when I think about it. And it's one of the great, I've had a few great memories in my life, but I think, honestly, I think making Young Frankenstein is probably, probably the finest year of my life. God bless you. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank you really well. How do you mean? I know, he's going to walk right in there.
That's good.
Small one.